Bonneville salt flats were a bleached boneyard under a bruised twilight sky. Elias, running on fumes, had sought silence here, a refuge from the city's scream. But the quiet he found was a different beast, a heavy, listening silence, a held breath stretching to an impossible horizon. The thin, briny air felt ancient, its stillness pressing on his chest, making blood thrum a nervous rhythm in his ears. The world felt wrong, as if he'd stumbled backstage at reality. It began not as sound, but a vibration deep in his molars, a resonance that shook him from the inside out. A low, subaudible hum emanated from the salt beneath his boots. He dismissed it as tinnitus, a phantom of fatigue. But then he saw the patterns. The salt crusts, usually a chaotic mosaic, formed faint concentric circles that rippled for miles, a geometry too perfect for nature's casual hand. He was walking on the skin of a drum, and some unseen player was beginning to tap a beat. Days bled into a disorienting haze. Sleep offered no escape, only spiraling dreams of impossible angles and unnameable colors. The hum grew, weaving into his thoughts until he couldn't distinguish its frequency from his own. Paranoia took root. He'd catch fleeting movements at the edge of his vision, shimmering distortions in the air, not heat haze. The horizon seemed to warp when he wasn't looking, bending like a funhouse mirror. He was a rat in a maze, and the walls were shifting. One evening, as light died, the hum crested into a piercing crystalline chime that vibrated his soul. The ground trembled. Elias looked down, and his sanity snapped. The salt crystals were aligning, shimmering, and twisting into incandescent lattices of light. They weren't reflecting the purple sky, but were windows into something else. A place of non-Euclidean structures and abyssal depths. A city of pure geometry broadcasting its consciousness across the void. It hadn't landed. It had always been here, sleeping beneath the salt, and his presence had awakened its dream. His dry scream was swallowed by the chime. The salt patterns flowed up his legs like a tide of light, not consuming, but mapping him. His thoughts, memories, and sense of self were unraveled and rewoven into the alien matrix. He saw the world through 1,000 facets, his consciousness scattered across the crystalline plane. He was no longer Elias. He was a resonant note in a song older than stars, a pattern in the salt, forever watching the sky through eyes no longer his own.